Coming up next, DC News number 131. It's going to be a potpourri edition of DC News, and we're going to talk about, we have got the final end of the Siegel-Schuster Warner Communications lawsuit about Superman. It's over, it's finished, it's done with forever and ever and ever. We hope. Also, we're going to talk about Masters of the Universe and how they're going to get a new artist on the book and some changes in its status. We're also going to talk about the death of magic and how it's going to affect the upcoming Trinity War. And we're going to wrap things up with a new team on Red Hood. All that and more coming right up. Hey, you want to save 20% off of everything in the store? Then show up on the 20th of every month, because the 20th is Founders Day here at Alternate Reality. And on Founders Day, everything except this week's new comics and bulk supplies is 20% off. That's right, every single thing in the store is 20% off every 20th here at Alternate Reality.
Bo insists that he's not a naked lunatic, and that it's just a Three's Company level misunderstanding. We're going to run through the DC news while he's still a free man.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what have you done for me lately. DC Comic Book News, episode 131. Absurd Epoch.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. Bo?
Yeah.
Bo?
Yeah.
Bo?
DC News Time! My God, you have to drag it out of me!
Yes, you said it.
DC News Time, which is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie, beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new DC comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. You do know that when you're emoting like that, there's graphics up on the screen.
There are?
Yes, well, you know.
I can't see them right now. Are they in front of you right now? Are they here right now? I can't see them.
Anyway, this is going to be a potpourri edition of DC News, and we're going to start off with, as you probably heard on national news, DC, yes, it was. I heard it. Actually, I heard it on the radio the other morning.
I didn't read the paper yesterday.
Driving in, I heard it on the radio.
They didn't even mention the damn thing.
DC Comics is now the sole.
Warner
Warner Communications, which owns DC Comics, is now the sole owner of Superman, the Man of Steel. The court case is finally over.
Well,
at least we hope.
It's finally over until they file an appeal, which is more or less a given.
I thought this was shot down in the Court of Appeals.
No.
God.
The judge just made the decision this week. The court ruled the family accepted a deal from the Siegel family to buy the rights to Superman in 2001 and the Spectre. I forgot they even created the Spectre. Warner's now has to pay the family royalties, but the decision may be appealed. Whether or not Tobleroff and the Siegel family will appeal or not will probably depend on a lot on how big that check is. Because Warner's a week before lost the Smallville lawsuit and had to pay Miles Millar and Gal, who did the Smallville show and got screwed on royalties. They had to send them a really, really big check. So maybe the really, really big check department will move over to the Siegel family and the Schuster family.
If word of advice, DC, or Warner Communications, I should say, not DC.
Write
Send
a big
them
check.
Send them the
big
check. Get this behind you. Move on. Move on. This is something you should have done 10 years ago. Do it. Be done with it. Move on.
As Jerry Siegel's daughter said quite clearly, if you'd given us the $25 to $27 million it cost you to fight this lawsuit, we would have left you alone by now.
I mean, really. I mean, just cut him a check, and it's done. And everybody's happy, everybody walks away. You can make as many movies as you want, many TV series as you want, as many T-shirts as you want, and it's all yours.
And all the money, and a little bit of all the money you spend on that stuff will go to the Siegel and Schuster families.
God bless them. God bless them. They deserve it. Meanwhile, Masters of the Universe has been at DC now for about 6-7 months. They've run off a couple of specials and one
limited series.
Two.
No.
He-Man and Masters of the Universe. They're running sort of concurrently with each other.
Oh,
yeah. And a couple of specials. But you've got an update on what's going on in the He-Man universe over at DC.
If you fans love that, then DC is going to start doing an ongoing Masters of the Universe book with Keith Giffen writing it and Pop Mahan. Remember Pop Mahan? He worked a long time ago on Spy Boy, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
But they're going to do a new ongoing Masters of the Universe book starting in April. The first issue will have the return of She-Ra, who has not popped up yet, and the death of a major character. Maybe it'll be the little floaty thing. I
haven't been following the book that close.
Neither have I. I always thought the Masters of the Universe wasn't that interesting to begin with.
Well,
Man
it's
at
based.
Arms and Stinkor.
Stinkor? Oh, he'd kill him.
My feelings on He-Man and Masters of the Universe are the same as
unless they look like Dolph Lundgren. I don't care.
Are the same as Transformers or the same as G.I. Joe. They're based on a toy. How deep do you want to get?
It's true.
Well, with Giffen writing it, how deep do you think it's going to be?
Well, Giffen writing it'll be a little goofier, and Pop Mahan drawing it. It'll look a little. Pop Mahan is. You talk about an artist who's manga-esque. Pop Mahan is the living definition of manga-ass. So
Yeah, he is.
big-eyed people, big shoulders, and a lot of action, a lot of kinetic stuff.
But
and
then again, it's not like Masters of the Universe needs a manga styled
No.
art.
But I'm assuming Pop Mahan works cheap
Well,
and fast.
okay.
Remember, DC books have to ship on time.
Moving on, Trinity War is the big event that's coming this summer from DC Comics. But before we get to Trinity War, we have to have the death of magic.
Justice League arc is going to be a big part of the Trinity War. The next arc from Ray Fox, who's going to be joining the book as a co-writer, it's called The Death of Magic. It'll basically set up the Trinity War, and the last issue of this 4-issue arc will introduce a new character to the DC Universe called Flesh Thing.
Is that like Man Thing's cousin?
I have no idea.
Is
but
that
it's
like
Flesh
Swamp Thing's brother?
Thing. Could be Swamp Thing's third cousin, twice removed.
Okay.
Maybe
Flesh
he's going to be a
Thing, huh?
hillbilly. Maybe he's going to be a hillbilly.
Flesh Thing, huh?
Maybe he'll be on Justified.
Somebody's going to be bitching 30 years from now about royalty payments on a Flesh
Flesh
TV
Thing!
series, aren't they? I can just see this coming.
I'm working on Chocolate Thing.
Yeah, Chocolate
Chocolate
Thing.
Thing's that'd be my favorite.
Talons, James.
Tinian.
Tinian, the fourth.
Yes, it's the fourth.
It's funny
One-
that you asked him.
he's-
to
And
the fourth.
who else will be taking
Marco
over Red Hood?
Siaya, they're taking over Red Hood and the Outlaws, starting with issue number type 19. Scott
Thank
Lobdell's
God.
gone, and so apparently the book won't be as much TNA as it used to be.
No.
Although, honestly, TNA was the only thing selling that son of a gun, so I don't know what this is going to do.
Well, maybe they will come up with a storyline that will sell the book all on its own.
Well, Tynion says it'll take place after Death in the Family, which because Jason Todd will be affected deeply by the end of it, and he's going to focus a lot on him and everyone else in Arsenal, Roy Harper, who's apparently going to be a big deal because he's joining the cast of Arrow when the series comes back. Too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Arrow's different.
And that's it. We're done. Finish. We're out of here. No more DC news. Go to the store's website. Check out all the store's DC news that I post up there that this man sends me. Where?
It's
Tell
on
him!
the internet!
www.myalternatereality.com. Because everyone needs a little alteration in their reality.
So stop off at the store's website. Check out all his news. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is Kal-El from Krypton.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Welcome to the planet Krypton.
No, he's not. I know he's not because I'm Kal-El. Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.